So we talked a little bit about you and Zach and that dynamic.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, what's it been like to go back and, because are you playing free a little bit too?
Yeah, I played a little bit of free. Yeah, I played a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Okay. What's it like to move back and forth between positions and have to learn all of it and execute all of it
Yeah.
between those two positions?
Yeah, no, I think it's really nice. Coach Parker, he kind of has us do that kind of so we can conceptually understand the defense. I don't think any of us really know kind of where we're all going to be when it comes fall, come game day. But I think Coach Parker's just trying to see like what's the best kind of mix up and match up for each guys to succeed.
Are you maybe bouncing ideas off Zach? Are you guys collaborating? Does it have to be constant communication? What does that look like?
Yeah, no, it's kind of got to be constant communication. We kind of got to be on the same page. But I think that just starts just in the film room, and just with me and Zach, we got a great relationship. We're great friends first and foremost. We just kind of try and go in there and watch film together, trying to kind of see how things are going to play out there on the field. I think it's cool too. We both play that nickel position. We both play safety, so we kind of know what it's like to be in each other's shoes. So I think that's a nice part about it.
Do you have a preferred position between the two?
No, I don't really have a preferred position.
Okay.
I think just being out there is just the best part. So yeah.
Okay. As far as maybe your skill set, do you feel like your skill set is more pertinent for maybe Cash or Strong, or what do you think?
Yeah, no, I just think it just kind of depends on the types of calls we're calling on defense, and I think I'm able to play man pretty well, good bump and run man guy, and I think that kind of helps me be a good nickel. I think I'm good at setting the edge, and I'm kind of physical. So I think those are the cool variations with my ability that I'm able to do, play multiple positions, and I think that's just just testimony to Coach Parker and his amazing intelligence being able to kind of put us all in the right position to succeed.
I know you've had health issues before. You're 100% right now.
Yep.
When was the last time you were 100% at this point in the year?
Yeah, I'd probably just say, probably my sophomore year. Yeah. So it just feels good to just be 100% healthy, and I'm just excited to just start fall camp happy and healthy.
You got the full spring.
Yeah.
Like, how much does that do for you in terms of your development and learning both of those spots? Like, how important was that?
Yeah, no, being able to be in this spring, I think that helped so much. I was able to build some chemistry. I think that was something I missed out on. And you just kind of start to develop that second nature. I think a lot of times people forget, you're out there on the game, thinking about third and long, who's in the game a lot of times, and your footwork may slip. And I think last year, there's a lot of times my footwork wasn't where it probably needed to be. And I think that's the best part about having a full offseason. You're able to fine-tune, look at things you need to improve on. And I'm just fortunate to be able to have a full offseason. I'm excited for this season to compete.
Looking at maybe a couple of their positions, I think a lot of people see TJ Hall as CB1, and you've got Deshaun Lee, then you've got Jalen Watson, then you've got Shaheed Barrows. What's that competition look like? Obviously, I know you guys aren't doing a ton of on-field work right now. But what does that look like from your vantage point?
Yeah, no, I think the competition's amazing. I think that's what you need in a position group if you want to bring out the best. I think Coach Parker, I'm just incredibly blessed to play underneath him, and he's just such a smart man for just bringing in all the help we can get. Shaheed, he's a great addition. Jay Watt stepped up. Bean, he always makes plays. TJ makes plays. So I'm just excited to take the field. I don't know who it's going to be with, but I know no matter what who's out there, we're all just going to be giving 110% effort playing for each other.
There's been a lot of conversation about the defensive backs taking a big step forward in the spring, in the summer. How does that look for the group as a whole? But I guess, how did that happen? Is it just like the fact that you guys have been around for a while and it's starting to click? How has that happened?
Yeah, I think honestly just the chemistry we're building. I think once you start to play with some people for a few years, you start to develop that chemistry. And I think just us hanging out outside the building, playing golf, things like that, kind of just building that true mutual friendship that we have for each other. I think that just helped propel us on the football field. So I'm excited for this fall camp. We got at least double the amount of practice we get in spring to continue to build that chemistry before the first game. So I'm excited.
A lot of that conversation has been about TJ specifically, and like you said, you are on official visit with him, so you guys have known each other for a while. In what ways has he taken that leap forward?
Yeah, TJ, he's just been a guy who just came in every single day, worked hard. In this offseason, me and him, we're getting extra work, all the DBs, just getting an extra work, and just trying to find ways we can fine-tune our skills, and just trying to be iron sharpens iron and trying to push ourselves to be the best football players we can be.
Kirk talked specifically about Jalen doing some hard things on special teams. As just a second-year guy, hasn't even been with the program for, I guess, technically has been with the program for a full year now, but because he just kind of seems like a different athlete. can make a few plays that maybe other people can't. Is that your read of Jalen?
Yeah, JY, he's a kid from a good family. He's a tough kid. He's really fast. He's definitely athletically gifted. I'm just excited to see just the contributions that JY makes to the team. Coach Parker is such a great coach. If you're making plays, he's going to find a way to put you out there. And I think I'm just a testament to that. Obviously I probably wasn't good enough to start all the games last year, but I definitely, Coach Parker found a way to get me out there and compete. So I'm just grateful for that.
Koen, can you talk a little bit about the cash position? And it's different. We've seen Phil have a bunch of different type of guys that have played that position, and what you bring to that position. What maybe you're different than Castro and some guys before, and how you see that position different than a regular, if you will, defensive back spot.
Yeah, I think it's just a tremendous opportunity to be able to play that position. You had guys like Castro, Coop played the position, Amani Hooker, just so many different legends. And I just hope I can just pave my own way. I think those guys don't even realize, and I even forgot to shout out, the four before me, Dane Bell, and those guys don't even realize, everybody who's played the cash position before watches guys like Castro, watches guys like Dane, Coop, and just tries to learn their techniques. And you kind of got to put your own little sauce to it. So I'm excited to put my own little flavor on it, and and leave the jersey in a better place.
I see you're doing shooting section right here today. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right? She's sitting over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you like to see from the defense this year? A little bit different.
I just think just defensively, I think I can speak for the back end. I think we just got to get better at eliminating explosive plays. I think we're going to have an explosive offense this year. I think we got a great defensive line who works so hard for us, and I'm eternally grateful for the big work they put down in the trenches. But it's time for us to return the favor for those D linemen and those linebackers. We got to eliminate the explosive plays. Because if you eliminate those, I think it'll be a good defense.
How do you like playing for Coach Ferentz?
I think it's just a tremendous honor, just a legendary coach, and I'm just eternally blessed to be a part of that.
I understand you got a camp Saturday again.
Yes.
What got you into that?
I just always just wanted to give back. I just have been just so fortunate to have so many people just pour into my life, and I just hope I can just be that person. With NIL and things like that, I've just been blessed beyond measure, and I think they're just people who have me not to try and give back and impact the community.
What pulled you to Iowa? I mean, you basically live next door to Michigan, right?
Yeah. I think what just pulled me to Iowa was just the people, and I was just fortunate to take a visit with guys like X and TJ Hall, and I think when I just came on that official visit, I met those guys. I met Coach Parker. I met Coach Ferentz, and I was just able to be around the coaching staff, around the facility, and experience the culture. I realized that this is the program I want to be a part of. This is a culture I want to be a part of, and I just said to myself, I can't see myself anywhere else but wearing black and gold.
What kind of offers did you have, and was Michigan interested?
Yeah, no, I had offers from Michigan, Wisconsin, Boston College. I had a decent amount of offers, but when it was all said and done, I just couldn't see myself anywhere else but Iowa.
So we heard in the spring quite a bit that offense was getting you guys a little bit.
Yeah.
What was it? I mean, is it just some quarterback play? What was it in the spring? Because we covered this for a long time, and it's not very often we hear the Iowa offense is getting the defense in the spring.
Yeah, no, I think we had a new offensive coordinator come in. I think that first year is probably hard. Obviously I don't work in that side of the department, but just learning a new system, new terminology. I bet that can be difficult, especially before a fall camp and having to prepare for a season. But I just think, they had that full year under their belt. Some of their bread and butter players are starting to feel like second nature for them. So I'm just excited, we've always had amazing, talented players on offense, and I'm just excited to compete against them every single day.
Heard a little bit about the receivers specifically, maybe getting the best of the DBs a little bit. What's
I don't know
look?
about that.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
No, but seriously, we have a great group of receivers who push us to be great every single day, and I'm excited to compete against them every single day. They can probably attest to that. They're excited to go against me.
Who's the wide receiver that gives you the most trouble in practice?
I'm gonna say this to all of them. Message to all of them. I'd say none of them.
Who's some of the players you watch growing up, or maybe you watch now?
So some players I grew up watching. Tyrann Mathieu. Just retired. Who's a player I grew up watching. A guy like Brian Dawkins. I've seen some cut-ups of him. And then just an Iowa legend. Someone I kind of was introduced when I came. Bob Sanders. That's a guy who's just been a staple. A guy who all safeties is trying to emulate a tough physical guy like Bob Sanders. So.
That group in front of you, that linebacker group, a lot of turnover, obviously. I guess, what do you see from them? Why maybe will that group, or how will that group move forward after losing Jay Higgins and Nick Jackson?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, you got to just shout out Coach Wallace. He's probably one of the best linebacker coaches in the nation, and so I'm 100% confident in whoever's out there. And just being a guy who's been out there practicing with them, I'm confident in Carson Shire, I'm confident in Jaden Harrell, I'm confident in Jackson Rethroth, Jada Montgomery, whoever's out there. I'm confident in those linebackers. They work incredibly hard. They practice so hard, and I know that no matter what happens, they're going to just, take the field and play with this relentless effort every snap. And when you're playing with guys like that, it's pretty hard to not be successful.
Who on this team are we overlooking right now that maybe media's not talking about?
I think probably, I don't know who it is, but I know there's going to be somebody who's going to step up on special teams this year. And, whether it's a guy like Jalen Watson, a guy like Rashad Godfrey, Kale Caleric, whoever it is, someone's going to step up on special teams, and they're going to win us some games this year. And whoever that person is, I just want them to know we're incredibly grateful to have them as part of our team. So,
Koen, you're going to see Penn State